Welcome into Making Sense, and it's CENTS because finances are real important, and especially during this time when this pandemic's going on. You may have noticed it as you try to do some banking. Things are a little bit different. It's temporary. It will go away as the COVID goes away. Today I have with me Arthur DuCote, and you are the market president for Regions Bank. How big is your market here?
My office is in Montgomery,
Yes.
and we go all the way, if we're traveling west of the Mississippi line, and if we go east, we go to the Georgia line.
Oh, goodness.
So that central part of the state, what you and I and most of us would refer to the Black Belt, that's my market.
Well, I've said on the onset, obviously, temporarily now because of COVID, banking has changed a little bit. And talk about some of the things that have changed and some things that are going to be able to be. I know that for a while there, you couldn't go into a branch of the banks, and now you can go into the branches with an appointment.
You can. With an appointment, you can go into the branch, pick up the phone and call, and you set an appointment that you can go in and tend to your business. And the whole idea behind that is to control the occupancy in the building.
Sure.
And to ensure that things are cleaned up when folks are no longer there, and that you're being as safe as possible. And it's worked well for us. The biggest thing, Jack, that has worked for us that people are adopting very, very quickly is our mobile capabilities. You know, there was a day where you used your mobile device or computer to access your banking as a convenience. Well, it's become a necessity, and people have adopted it and adapted to it very, very readily. We've been fortunate in the past 15 years, we've invested very heavily in our technology so that you can access your banking on your desktop, and you can also access your banking with your smartphone. And if you want to transfer money from one account to the next account, you can do it on your smartphone. Jack, you can even deposit a check on your smartphone.
Wow.
A lot of folks used to have to come to the bank to deposit a
You
check.
have to take a picture of it?
You do.
Yeah.
You take a picture of it, and there's an app that's used for that, and you can deposit into your account. If you're today's world, hard to imagine this, but you can actually affect immediate transfers. If your child is at the gas station and needs some money to put in the gas into their account, and they need money, or put gas into their car and they need money in their account, they call you and let you know, or text you. All right.
Yes.
And you can
They're
make the
gonna text you.
That's
Yeah.
right. They text
Yeah.
you. You can make the transfer right there, and they have it, and it's done. And those kind of routine banking transactions are often done that way. Our branch traffic has changed. The reason people come into the branch is different than what it used to be. A lot of times they'll come into the branch and they want to have a discussion.
Sure.
It's what we call a consultative conversation to help them meet their financial goals. If they want to add a room to the home, and how do you go about doing that? You know, when do you get the appraisal? What sort of contractor do you use? All of those types of questions. When do we get the house appraised? How much can you loan me on the home after the improvements are done? That's not the kind of thing you can do through an app. That's the kind of thing you have to have a conversation on. That's what we have folks coming into the branch to have these discussions with. Want to plan for your retirement, all right? It's time for you to retire, and you want to roll your 401k over into an investment account with Regions. They'll come into the branch. We have these types of conversations with them today. More of that, less routine transactions that you can now do in other ways.
Right.
So
And
it's changed.
And it makes your employees better serving the customer than just doing the routine things.
It does.
They're there for what they need to be there for, is the advice.
That's exactly correct. Advice, guidance, and education. That's what we're there for. Today's personnel in the branches is better prepared to have those kinds of conversations than they've ever been, both because they're better prepared and based on need, because that's the conversations that the customers want to have.
Let me ask you if you can shed light on this.
Yes, sir.
The no change. You know,
Right.
no. You know, you give somebody $2 and you say, and it's $1.50.
Right.
Well, I don't have any quarters. Well,
Right.
why don't you have any? Where did it all go all of a sudden? I mean, yeah.
Well, what's not happening is the bank is not just keeping it.
Oh, I know. I know. That would be.
That's right. That would be against the law. We can't do that. What's happening, and you're probably seeing this in businesses,
Retail,
retail-oriented businesses more so than the bank. And what's happening is very simple, and it's very straightforward. When you have a significant reduction in economic activity, all right, you have less change that's circulated. Right? And it's the circulation of that change that goes from you to the bank, to the customer, and that full circle that creates the environment that makes this change available to you. And we've had such a drastic reduction in economic activity, people aren't circulating as much change, so it's not available.
They're
And
shopping online.
that's right.
That's right.
That's exactly right. So it's just simply not available. When you have economic activity that returns to normal levels, that will resolve itself.
Well, thank you so much. And just remember this, when you're needing a bank, the biggest thing you want to do is have a banker that you can call on, because while you're doing everything with that keypad, there's also the times you really need to be talking to a human being. And we'll be right back right after this.